A report released in January by a leading Israeli human rights organization declared the Israeli state an apartheid regime. In the same month, a poll of 1,300 Middle East scholars found that a large majority of them agreed. Why do all these experts say Israel is guilty of the crime of apartheid? Members of the Hastings and Rye Palestine Solidarity Campaign explained.
Israel claims to be the only democracy in the Middle East. But Israel itself contains just 8 million people. It also controls the occupied territories and East Jerusalem. The 5 million Palestinians who live there have no voting rights. They cannot participate in the political system that governs their lives and are denied other political rights, like freedom of speech. Democracy?
The country of Palestine used to look like this in 1946. And then this, and then this, and today it looks like this. Over the last 70 years, Israel has sought to treat all of the land as a resource, chiefly for the benefit of the Jewish population. Against international law and numerous UN resolutions, it has built 280 settlements for over 600,000 Israeli Jewish citizens in the occupied West Bank, whilst at the same time refusing building permits to the Palestinians. In fact, since 1948, Israel has demolished over 120,000 Palestinian homes.
This might sound crazy, but I, as a Jewish person born in London and with no connection to the State of Israel, can be granted automatic citizenship there. I can take my non-Jewish husband and kids, and we can enjoy all the benefits of citizenship, including voting rights, access to free education, healthcare, and housing. We could even go and live in an illegal West Bank settlement. Meanwhile, Palestinians have no automatic right to citizenship. Those made refugees by the 1948 Nakba, or catastrophe, have no right to return to the homes from which they were expelled. Meanwhile, today there is a complex system of rights in place, which means that Palestinians do not enjoy the same rights as Jewish citizens, either by law or by practice.
Israeli citizens are allowed to move freely around the entire area controlled by Israel, except for Gaza, and fly in and out of the country. But if you're Palestinian, you have to get special Israeli-issued permit to travel between parts of the country as well as abroad. There are even roads Palestinian cars are not allowed to drive on. Thousands in the West Bank who work in Israel squeeze into humiliating cage-like lanes to cross military checkpoints every day. Meanwhile, in Gaza, 2 million residents are imprisoned under an Israeli land, air and sea blockade, unable to leave except for rare humanitarian reasons.
So you see, Israel is not a democracy plus an occupation. It is one regime controlling all the land and the people between the Jordan River and the Mediterranean Sea, privileging one group, Jews, over the other, Palestinians.
It's time for a change.
It's time we called an end to apartheid.
It's time for equality, justice, and freedom for Palestinians.
Find out how you can make a difference by joining the global solidarity movement for boycott, sanctions, and divestment.
Together, we are unstoppable.